Following a long rebuild that went about half a decade back, the Oklahoma City Thunder made a statement last season, finishing with a record of 57-25, earning the #1 seed in the Western Conference, albeit with it coming to a three-way tie, and looking very dominant along the way. Now, they unfortunately did get beat in the second round of the postseason by the Dallas Mavericks, but they gained valuable experience while doing it. And now with some more internal improvement, along with some valuable new additions, they could be coming back with a vengeance. Believe it or not, the Oklahoma City Thunder are the third youngest team in the entire league, with an average age of only 23.9 years old. Kind of hard to believe, I know, but they're still that young and have that much more room for improvement. Not only that though, but their leader, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, arguably should have won MVP last season, providing their team with an estimated plus 20.5 wins last season, and not to mention putting up 30.1 points, 5.5 rebounds, 6.2 assists, and shooting 53.5% from the field. Yeah, pretty damn good. And now with them making two more great additions to their team, being the free agent signing by Isaiah Hartenstein and then trading for Alex Caruso, I think they'll be getting even better. They are two great overall players, not to mention two elite defenders, and with it, the Oklahoma City Thunder added two great talents to their team. Now I will mention that they had to give up Josh Giddey to get Caruso, but I think it was well worth it. I think that Josh Giddey will have a good career and likely will be a good fit in Chicago, having a lot more opportunity and the ability to grow his overall game, but you can't deny that Caruso is not a one-for-one fit upgrade over him, and not to mention a win-now upgrade over him as well. And with Oklahoma City having more than proven to be capable of winning, I think it was a good overall move for them. With that being said though, how much better will they actually be? And might we be looking at a potential juggernaut of a team here? If not the best team in the entire league? We'll break it all down. But if you want more NBA content, and not to mention in-depth NBA content, then don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button for more, and turn on notifications so you never miss out when I upload a video. But without further ado, let's dive right into it. And to begin, I think we got to acknowledge that Oklahoma City was one of only two teams to finish in the top 5 of both offensive and defensive rating last season, with the only other team being the NBA champion Boston Celtics. So yeah, pretty good company to be in. They were 3rd in offensive rating and then 4th in defensive rating, being 2nd overall in net rating, and again only falling behind the Boston Celtics. And in my opinion, they are built to be the best defense in the entire NBA this season. Again, they were already 3rd last season, but now with the additions of Hartenstein and Caruso, both of which were top 4 in defensive EPM last season, a rating by dunksandthrees.com if you want to check it out, but they were elite additions for a team that was already very good on defense. Again, they were already 4th in defensive rating without them, and now imagine what they could be with them. And not to mention they are tied for first in both steals per game and blocks per game as well. And now that they have added two guys in Caruso and Hartenstein who are elite defenders, and not to mention already having guys like SGA and J-Dub who ranked in the top 30 as well in defensive EPM, I think they'll be elite all over the court. And then when you factor in guys like Lu Dort, who is and will remain elite defensively, and then internal improvement from guys like Chet Holmgren, who is a budding elite rim protector in my opinion, and a pretty switchable big at that. And then Cason Wallace, a very underrated young player and potential to be an elite point of attack defender, they could be the best defense in the entire league sooner rather than later. I mean, can you imagine trying to set up your offense against a point of attack defense of Alex Caruso, Lu Dort, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and then Cason Wallace off the bench? Yeah, not my ideal scenario. And then even if you find a way to get around them, you will be meeting a combination of Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein at the rim. Yeah, again, pretty much a nightmare. I for one would not want to see that both during the regular season or during the postseason. They have a ton of defensive talent all over the court, and not to mention both their starting lineup and off the bench as well, really being a true nightmare defensively. However, not only will they be a nightmare to score against, but they'll be a nightmare to try and stop offensively as well. Again, they were 3rd in offensive rating last season, being 8th in 3-point shots made per game and 1st in 3-point percentage, and top 5 in field goal percentage as well. And now with them replacing Josh Giddey, a rather underwhelming 3-point shooter, with a very good one Caruso, who although is not a great 3-point shooter to begin his career, he now has turned into a very good one. He shot 40.8% from 3 on nearly 5 attempts per game last season. And not to mention them having 5 guys to average over 10 points per game last season, including Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, Josh Giddey, and then Lu Dort. And with Caruso averaging 10 points per game last season, they pretty much replaced what Giddey gave them, at least in regard to points per game and overall 3-point shooting. Definitely not in regard to playmaking, but I think he will be an overall upgrade again for their team and probably even as a fit offensively. And it's not like they really needed the more points per game to begin with. Even apart from all that though, they fixed one of their very few weaknesses. No, not offensively or defensively, but with their rebounding. They had only Chet Holmgren at the middle at times, or Jalen Williams off the bench, who is not really that great of a rebounder, and with it they ranked 27th overall in rebounds per game, 29th in offensive rebounds per game, neither of which are very good by the way. And overall, we're simply not a good rebounding team. Chet Holmgren alone cannot man the middle for them, neither on defense, or not really anyways, and then definitely not in regard to rebounding. He got pushed around quite a bit and simply was a bit too small at times, or not built for that matchup. But now with the addition of Isaiah Hartenstein, that will no longer be a problem. Chet Holmgren won't have that sole responsibility anymore, and that will now be looked at to be filled by Isaiah Hartenstein, who truly is an elite rebounder. He grabbed 11.9 rebounds per 36 minutes, along with nearly 5 offensive rebounds per 36 minutes last season. And not to mention all the tip outs he got that weren't really counted for his offensive rebounds. He's simply elite at keeping the ball alive, and for a dangerous offensive team like the Oklahoma City Thunder, that's another layer that can be added to their offense and defense too as well in regard to rebounding, but one that will give them more opportunities and the ability to become even better overall as a team. And if you break down their team bit by bit, they have very few weaknesses if any anymore. They're a great 3-point shooting team, a great efficient overall offense that shares the ball and has a defined leader in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, are a great defensive team and got even better again, being both elite at the point of attack, having great wing defense, and then elite rim protection now as well. And then finally for the rebounding, they might not be elite or maybe not quite yet, but they have the ability to become pretty close and definitely will be much better than they were last season. And in my opinion, we might be looking at the best, if not the second best team in the entire league this season, and not to mention maybe being the most well-rounded. And overall, the Oklahoma City Thunder is shaping up to be a true juggernaut in my opinion, having very few, if any, true weaknesses on the court, and not to mention their internal improvement as well, which we often tend to forget to factor in. And in my opinion, they're going to be a dangerous team this season. But with that being said, what do you guys think? How do you feel about the Oklahoma City Thunder and the additions they made to their team over the offseason, and then how that'll translate into this season? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But I think that'll pretty much do it, and if you enjoyed the video, then don't forget to drop a like, hit that subscribe button if you have not already, and turn on notifications so you never miss out when I upload a video. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day.